You have been chosen for a miracle that must remain silent for now. Archangel Michael says, you must not tell anyone yet. Only 35 minutes remain to open this before it begins unfolding before your eyes. My child, my beloved, what I am about to reveal is not ordinary, and you are not receiving it by accident. Heaven is moving in ways that even angels are watching with awe, because a shift carrying your name is already forming. This miracle was not prepared for a crowd or handed to strangers. It was shaped for you, whispered into existence through divine timing. But time is delicate, and heaven's window does not remain open for those who keep delaying. You have 35 minutes to receive this movement before it is redirected, not because God wants to punish you, but because spiritual laws respond to timing, obedience, and readiness. What is assigned must be honored when it arrives. My child, my beloved, Archangel Michael has stepped forward with more than a whisper. He comes with a declaration. For one brief moment, the veil lifted, and what was written over your life became visible in the Spirit. I saw a blessing unlike anything you have ever held before. But as I moved closer, I also saw a countdown connected to it. The miracle is already moving, yet you still have 35 minutes to claim what heaven marked for you. If you wait, skip, or scroll past this moment, something carrying your soul's imprint may be placed into another path. That is why you are being told to open this now. This is your warning, your rescue, and your release. My child, my beloved, this message was held back 3 times before heaven allowed it to reach you. Your heart had to be prepared first. The distractions had to be exposed, and the noise around your spirit had to be silenced. Those who tried to blind you, even from within your own circle, could not be allowed to keep blocking your awareness. But now your spirit is listening, and that is why this message has finally been permitted to pass through. Before we go further, I must ask your spirit to open fully. Will you allow these words to reach the deepest places within you? Because if you do, what was hidden in silence will begin to rise into clear revelation. My child, my beloved, before we continue, pause and do something sacred. Still your heart, release the fear, and prepare to receive what heaven has been holding until the exact moment your soul was ready to understand it. Subscribe now to what your spirit already feels. Not to a channel, not to a person, but are the voice of God moving through this moment. Say in your heart, I will not miss what was sent for me. I will not delay. I received this message fully. Let that be your divine agreement. And when you do that, the miracle waiting on the other side of this message will begin to move toward you faster than the enemy can block it. My child, my beloved, you must understand something rare is happening. There are moments when heaven releases an opportunity so personal, so deeply marked with your destiny, that missing it would shift the direction of your entire life. That is this moment. That's what I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to protect, and that's why I'm shouting now, not whispering, because if you delay, this will vanish. What was meant to multiply your peace, your provision, your joy will be redirected to someone else, not because you weren't worthy, but because you didn't act when heaven moved. My child, my beloved, I saw your name written beside a scroll of breakthrough. It wasn't just a simple blessing. It was something prepared since before your birth. A spiritual package held back until the exact second you would be ready to carry it. And you are ready now. You may not feel it, but heaven knows it. The waiting season is over. But this miracle cannot wait longer. There are 35 minutes left on a divine timer. Not because God wants to rush you, but because what's coming in 2 minutes will either reach your soul or pass. What do you buy? And if you don't open this, the miracle will move on without you. My child, my beloved. This message was scheduled to arrive earlier, but forces were working hard to stop it. There was interference, spiritual and emotional, from people around you who smile on the outside, but quietly wish to delay you. Some of them are unaware of what they're doing. Others are not so innocent, but heaven has seen it. I have seen it, and I was commanded to intervene, not with anger, but with urgent love, because you deserve to know the truth, that this isn't just a moment, it's the moment everything can shift in your favor. My child, my beloved. There is a door that has opened in the heavenly realm, and it is aligned directly with your name, your soul, your situation. This door does not swing open wide for everyone. It opens only for those who are called, and you have been chosen. Do you know what that means? It means angels are standing still, waiting to deliver what has been written. It means something divine is reaching toward you with speed. It means your future can be changed, not by force, but by decision. Your decision to receive this. My child, my beloved. The miracle that is moving toward you is wrapped in timing. The enemy is not attacking your life because of your past. He's been fighting because of what's about to happen. But that's why this moment is dangerous. If you ignore it, you step back into delay. If you accept it, you step into divine alignment. This is why I was sent, not to frighten you, but to give you your final call before the release. You have 35 minutes left. What you do now determines everything. My child, my beloved. Pause right now and make a decision in your soul. Say this softly to yourself, with power. I will not walk away from what God has for me. I receive this message fully. I choose to respond before the miracle passes me by. This is your agreement. Speak it and let heaven record it, because with those words, the angels assigned to your name are activated. The miracle that was paused begins to move again, but it must find your heart open, your soul willing, and your faith awake. My child, my beloved, I saw something written in gold light beside your name. A time-sensitive release, a financial restoration, a relational healing. But what caught my eye was the divine urgency next to it. This miracle is not casual. It is not delayed. It is already moving. And if you're not positioned to receive it, it will move right past your house, your hands, your name. This is why I was sent to you, because there are only 35 minutes left before the sacred moment expires. You have 2 minutes until it begins. But if you miss this open gate, you may not get another like it for years. My child, my beloved. My child, my beloved. There are people who wish they had this opportunity, people who've cried out for answers and never saw them. But you've been handed this message. That alone is proof that heaven has been watching, that every quiet act of faith was recorded. Not your prayers were not ignored, that even the times you almost gave up were seen and mercy was granted. That is why this is happening now. This is the reward that was delayed, so it could arrive in the fullness of time. My child, my beloved, the window is narrow. The enemy knows it. That's why distractions are rising now. That's why you might feel tempted to click away, to doubt, to dismiss this, because if you walk away, the enemy wins. He doesn't have to destroy you. He only has to distract you. And yet, in this holy moment, God is silencing every noise and saying, look, listen, respond. Not tomorrow, not later, now. This is the 35-minute miracle margin, and it will not wait. My child, my beloved, the time has already started. The 2-minute mark is near. The movement has begun. Your miracle is alive. Your name is glowing in light, but this message must be opened, fully embraced with your heart. Believe with your spirit. Say yes now. Say yes before it's too late. My child, my beloved, there is a sound I hear in the spirit. The sound of doors unlocking, doors that were once sealed, guarded by angels who were told to wait. Not because you were forgotten, but because the time wasn't yet right. But now the instruction has changed. The order has gone out. And I, Archangel Michael, have been released to tell you the doors are opening now. But only those who walk in during this narrow window will assess what's inside. This moment is not wide. It is exact. 35 minutes exact. My child, my beloved, there is something waiting for you that is greater than just money or answers. It is a shift, a spiritual repositioning, a divine reversal. What you thought was lost will become legacy. What was blocked will break open. But this is not a casual movement. It is a sacred transaction. Heaven will not place it into the hands of the hesitant. It must go to the willing, and your willingness is measured by what you do now. This is why I'm speaking so clearly, so urgently, because even one more minute of delay could cost you everything. My child, my beloved, right now God is moving in a way that won't make sense to others around you. Some will call it sudden. Some will call it lucky. But only you will know the truth. It was written before time. This message is your confirmation. You are not late. You have not missed it. But you are standing in the final few moments of the countdown. What you decide in these minutes will ripple for years. That's why you're being told not to scroll, not to delay, not to treat this as ordinary. Because this message is sacred, and it is alive with your next chapter. My child, my beloved, you have felt invisible, haven't you? As though no one saw what you carried. No one understood how heavy it's been to keep believing, but heaven saw it all. And that's why you're being given this personal message, because this is not for the many spita. It is for the mark, for those who didn't stop praying when it felt pointless, for those who kept loving when they were ignored, for those who kept showing up when all they wanted was to walk away. You are that person. And this message, this moment, is the harvest from every seed you sowed in silence. My child, my beloved, heaven does not gamble with its miracles. It places them in the hands of those who are awake in the Spirit. That is why I was commanded to come to you with warning and with love, because the miracle is coming in. Do not miss this. Do not second-guess this. Say it again, quietly, within yourself. I received this moment. I choose to walk through this divine door. I believe this miracle was created with my name on it. Say it like you believe the gates of heaven are listening, because they are. My child, my beloved, there is no mistake about the timing. You may be wondering why now. Because what's coming next in your life cannot wait. Because the pain you've carried has reached its spiritual limit. Because the blessing you were born for has already been delayed long enough. God is done letting others take what was assigned to you. But this message, this window, is your final confirmation. If you walk past it, you'll walk past what God had already released. If you walk into it, you will be flooded with what has been stored up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. My child, my beloved, I want you to pause and feel this in your spirit. Something is trying to pull you away from this moment. A whisper of distraction, a feeling of maybe later, a sudden urge to scroll. But don't you see, that's not you. That's the resistance. Because this is the moment that was scheduled for your breakthrough, and the enemy would love nothing more than to steal. But while pretending it wasn't important, but you know better now. You can feel it that this is not just another message. It's a divine transaction unfolding in real time. My child, my beloved, you have walked through fire. You have endured the silence of long seasons where no one checked on you, no one understood you, and no one saw the battles you were fighting. But I tell you this now, heaven never took its eyes off of you. Every tear, every sacrifice, every lonely night was written in the book of remembrance. And today that book has been opened, and the reward that was written beside your name is being handed down, but it will not wait forever. There are 35 minutes left before that page is turned again. Don't let it turn without you. My child, my beloved, I saw in the spirit of light forming above your home a signal, a gathering of angelic forces being dispatched toward you. They are not empty-handed. They carry provision. They carry protection. They carry secrets that will finally explain why the delays happened. But they need a signal from you. A heart open. A soul awakened. A spirit saying, yes, I receive this. If you hesitate, the light fades. If you believe, the light expands. And the miracle reaches you not as an idea, but as a reality. My child, my beloved. My child, my beloved. This message will not repeat itself. This opportunity is not a cycle. It is a rare passage of light. One that only opens once in a long time. You are reading this, not because you were lucky, but because you were ready. And because heaven could finally trust that you would hear, receive, and act. You are trusted, you are loved, you are remembered. But now you must choose, stay still and risk losing what has already been sent, or respond and watch everything that fell far arrive all at once. My child, my beloved, this miracle has traveled a long road just to reach you. It passed through resistance. It overcame spiritual interference. It was delayed by distractions that weren't even yours to carry. But even after all that, it still carries your name, and it is still willing to land in your hands if you don't let these next few minutes pass in silence. The spirit realm moves faster than your thoughts, and right now, something is already being sent toward you, but it's fragile. It's time-bound, and only a heart fully open will be able to hold it. My child, my beloved, you were never meant to beg for scraps when God has prepared a table, but the enemy wanted you to feel like you were forgotten, that your season had expired, that others had taken your place. But I came to tell you, they didn't take what's yours. They tried. Oh yes, they spoke your name in jealousy. They prayed prayers laced in pride. They disguised control is concerned, but heaven is not blind. And no matter how clever the disguise, your miracle stayed reserved under lock and seal until, my child, my beloved, let me show you something. There's a scroll in heaven still glowing with golden light. On it are the words, Transfer Order Approved. Underneath it is your name. That scroll contains the instruction to reverse years of stolen time. I've stolen resources. I've stolen peace. It's not just money, it's restoration. And it's coming. But I must obey divine timing. I have only a few more minutes to place this in your life. If I don't see a heart awake, a soul alerte, and a spirit saying, yes, I am bound to return it to the vault. Please don't make me do that. My child, my beloved, you didn't come this far to stop now. You didn't cry all those nights for this to be a near miss. You didn't survive what others couldn't, just to almost receive what's yours. God isn't just trying to show you hope. He's trying to hand you results, but He will not throw your miracle at you. He offers it, and your soul must open its hands to receive it. Not tomorrow, not later, but in this sacred now, my child, my beloved. There are divine reasons this message was hidden from others, but revealed to you. You may think you're not strong enough, that maybe someone else is better suited for this kind of breakthrough. But that is the lie the enemy whispered while you were wounded. You are strong enough. You are ready. You are the one heaven has waited on. And now your angels are in position. Your name is written on the wind. The countdown is real. 35 minutes was generous. But now time is slipping, and the 2-minute mark is near. My child, my beloved, say this now before it's too late. I receive it. I will not miss this. I will not delay. I believe this message was sent by God, and I accept it fully with my whole heart. These are not just words. They are keys, and they unlock the final gate. Say them with trembling if you must, but say them now, because I am watching. And what I see in you right now is the last deciding factor. My child, my beloved, there are people who have tried to carry your blessing, but it was too heavy for them. It wasn't meant for them. The design, the timing, the divine fingerprint on this miracle, it fits you. And now, just before the final moment, the Spirit is testing the weight of your face. This isn't about whether you're perfect. It's about whether you'll believe one more time, whether you'll trust that this message was sent with your breakthrough tied to it, whether you'll move before the door closes, because what's coming is bigger than anything you've ever touched before, but it cannot come without your full agreement. My child, my beloved, right now heaven is quiet. Not because nothing is happening, but because everything is waiting on you. Angels are watching. The Spirit is watching. The next decision belongs to you. You're not being punished, you're being invited into a realm of peace, power, provision, and revelation. But it cannot be reached with doubt. It cannot be unlocked by waiting. It only opens when you say with your soul, yes, I choose to step in now. I choose to believe that I was not forgotten. I choose to act before the moment leaves me behind. My child, my beloved, I saw someone spiritually reach for what was yours. Someone who carries your bloodline but not your calling. Their hands were close to what heaven had written for you because you hesitated. But heaven intervened. That scroll was pulled back. The angels guarding your promise were given one more instruction. Wait. Speak to them again. Remind them what's at stake. That's why this message came today. This is your final reminder. The miracle has not been given away, but it will not be offered again. My child, my beloved, God is not the author of confusion, but the enemy is. And that's why confusion suddenly shows up right before a miracle arrives. You'll start questioning everything. Is this really for me? Should I really open this now? Maybe it's not that important, but I tell you the truth. That voice is not your friend. That hesitation is not heaven's whisper. It's a trap. And if you listen to it, you'll walk away from the very thing you've been praying to receive. That's why I speak with fire now. That's why I plead with your soul. Don't walk away. Not this time. My child, my beloved. The 2-minute mark is here. In the spirit, the winds are shifting. A release has begun. Miracles are no longer being held. They are being assigned. The next name on the list is yours, but if you do not open yourself fully, and fear is allowed to win, your place in line may be passed over, not forever, but long enough that what was meant for this moment may not return until much later. When the conditions have changed, by then, your surroundings may shift and the gate may move. This is the safest and clearest time to receive what heaven is releasing. My child, my beloved, you have walked through fire and survived seasons that tried to consume you. You endured long silences where no one checked on you. No one understood your pain. And no one saw the battles you carried in secret. But I tell you now, heaven never looked away from you. Not for one moment. And not one tear was wasted. Every tear, every sacrifice, and every lonely night was written in the book of remembrance. Today, that book has been opened, and the reward marked beside your name is beginning to descend from heaven into your life with divine precision. But it will not wait forever. Only 35 minutes remain before that page turns again, and you must not let it turn without you. My child, my beloved, I saw a light forming above your home in the Spirit, bright with holy movement and promise. It was a signal, a gathering of angelic forces being sent toward you. They do not come empty-handed. They carry provision, protection, and hidden answers that will finally explain why so many painful delays had to happen in your journey. But they need a signal from you, an open heart, an awakened soul, and a spirit willing to say, "Yes, I receive this." If you hesitate, the light fades. If you believe, the light expands toward you and begins to cover your path ahead. Then the miracle reaches you, not as a distant idea, but as reality. My child, my beloved, you have been surviving on hope, but now God is calling you into fulfillment. And fulfillment arrives with clarity, order, and holy confirmation. That is why this message was delivered today. That is why your spirit could not ignore it. That is why you feel something moving as you read, "The time is now," and what once felt far is suddenly drawing close enough to touch your life. What seemed impossible is now within reach. But only if you respond inside this divine window. Heaven does not move by emotion alone. It moves by alignment, readiness, and the yes your spirit gives in faith when God calls you forward. And you are standing in perfect alignment, but only for a little while. My child, my beloved, I speak now as one who has stood at the gates of your promise. I have seen what God is trying to deliver to you. I have stood guard while it was delayed, while it was blocked, while you weren't yet ready to receive it. But that has changed. Today, the gate has opened, and for the first time, I am no longer just guarding your promise. I am carrying it to you. But I can only place it in your hands if you remain open and obedient. If you drift now, if you walk away, the gate closes and the miracle is redirected. My child, my beloved, there is something divine about your name being mentioned in heaven today. Not with judgment, not with shame, but with celebration. It is time, they said. Bring it to them. Deliver the message. Let no distractions stop at this time. This is why the timing feels strange. This is why everything inside of you feels alert. Because your soul knows what your eyes can't yet see. This is your moment of reversal. Your moment of acceleration. Your moment of release, my child, my beloved. A voice in heaven is still echoing your name. It's not faint. It's not forgotten. It's being spoken in rooms where destinies are unlocked. Your situation may look unchanged on the outside, but in the spirit, something has already shifted. And the only thing standing between you and the full manifestation of what God has already released is your decision to receive this moment with faith, with urgency, with surrender. This message is not just a sign. It is a supernatural door, but it will only stay open for minutes more. My child, my beloved, do not underestimate how close your breakthrough truly is. This is not about hoping anymore. This is about knowing. Knowing that what was blocked has now been cleared. Knowing that what fell too far has just taken one final step in your direction. But even now the timing is tight. If you allow this message to slip away, the opening will close. The blessing will not disappear, but it will be delivered to someone else. That's not what heaven wants. That's not what your spirit wants. What time must be honored? And you are in the final stretch, my child, my beloved. Your miracle has a memory. It remembers every prayer you whispered when no one listened. It remembers every time you gave when you barely had anything left. It remembers the pain you never told anyone about, and it remembers your courage to keep moving. That's why this blessing is personal. That's why I, Michael, have been assigned to guard this gift until you are ready, but I can't hold it much longer. The order has already been given. This must be released now, and if your spirit isn't open to receive it fully, it cannot land where it was always meant to, my child, my beloved. In this moment, your faith is not being tested, it's being invited. Invited to step into the reality that was written for you before time even began. Invited to bypass every lie, every delay, every past wound, and walk into a moment of, listen to undeniable divine favor. But this invitation comes with a countdown. God has made space for you, but He will not beg. Heaven is generous, but it is not forceful. If you turn away, the moment will dissolve. If you lean in, the floodgates will open. My child, my beloved. Someone tried to take your place spiritually. I saw this. Two people close to you. Their words sounded like support, but their intentions were wrapped in envy. They tried to block what you were meant to receive by speaking doubt, by sowing confusion, by draining your energy with false concern. But heaven did not let them succeed. You are still chosen, and the inheritance is still yours. But you must claim it. You must rise and open your heart now before the 3 5-minute window vanishes and the blessing is reassigned. My child, my beloved, this message will not repeat itself. This opportunity is not a cycle. It is a rare passage of light, one that only opens once in a long time. You are reading this not because you were lucky, but because you were ready, and because heaven could finally trust that you would hear, receive, and act. You are trusted. You are loved. You are remembered. But now you must choose. Stay still and risk losing what has already been sent, or respond and watch everything that felt far arrive all at once. My child, my beloved, this miracle has traveled a long road just to reach you. It passed through resistance. It overcame spiritual interference. It was delayed by distractions that weren't even yours to carry. But even after all that, it still carries your name, and it is still willing to land in your hands if you don't let these next few minutes pass in silence. The spirit realm moves faster than your thoughts, and right now, something is already being sent toward. But it's fragile. It's time-bound, and only a heart fully open will be able to hold it. My child, my beloved. My child, my beloved. This message is not just a warning. It's a weapon forged to break the final chain. There is something that's been holding your blessing back, not just from the outside, but from the inside. Doubt, disappointment, delay, fatigue. But this message was spoken through me to sever that last thread of hesitation. I wasn't just sent to comfort you. I was sent to command the shift. And now, as I speak, the spiritual realm is trembling. The door is trembling. You are standing at the thin veil between what was and what's about to begin. My child, my beloved. The enemy is watching too, not because he can stop what's coming. He can't, but he's watching to see if you will stop yourself. He's watching to see if you'll settle, if you'll scroll away, if you'll silence what heaven is shouting. He knows that he doesn't need to attack if you simply walk away. But what he forgot is that you're not the same person you were last year, or last month, or even last week. You're not confused anymore. You know this is your moment. You feel it burning in your spirit like a quiet flame that refuses to go out. My child, my beloved, let me tell you why the enemy tried so hard to distract you this week. Because he saw the approval slip from heaven with your name on it. He saw the transaction. He saw the angel holding the delivery, and he panicked. He stirred up chaos. He used people close to you. He sent emotional waves. But you're still here, still reading, still standing, and that my child is victory. But the final step, the full release, it requires a yes from you, a full yes, not a maybe. Nada, let me think about it. I know, my child, my beloved, heaven is no longer checking your past. It's watching your present. What you do now determines what unfolds next. Will you speak life, or will you stay silent? Will you believe the nudge in your spirit, or will you brush it off as coincidence? Because I can promise you this. This is not coincidence. I was not allowed to bring this message until now. And now that it's here, you are the only one with the power to receive or reject it. God's part is done. The miracle is already moving. I'm holding it, but I cannot hold it forever. My child, my beloved, declare this aloud right now. I open every part of my heart to this miracle. I will not miss what was created for me. I believe heaven is moving in my direction. I believe this is my divine time. I choose to act in faith. Those words may feel simple, but in the spirit realm they sound like thunder. When you say them, angels move faster. What do you mean them? Nothing in hell can block you. And right now, I, Archangel Michael, I'm still standing in front of you, waiting for your bull's answer. My child, my beloved, there is no more room for hesitation. Heaven is not asking for perfection. Heaven is asking for your permission. Permission to move, to bless, to pour out what has been prepared for you for so long. What was blocked is now being released, but it can only flow where it is welcomed. And right now, every second is echoing your name louder and louder in the spirit. But soon that sound will begin to fade, and if you've not responded fully by then, the wave will retreat and return to silence. My child, my beloved, do not look at your surroundings. Don't try to calculate whether or not this makes sense. This is not about logic. This is about timing. This is not a conversation. This is a delivery. And what's being delivered is not light. It is weighty. It is royal. It is heaven's own confirmation that you are still the one, that your story is not over, that what was locked is being unlocked, but only for those who open the message fully. Half-open hearts will not hold what's coming, but yours is still open. That's why the angel hasn't left yet. My child, my beloved, I see in your spirit a mixture of fire and tears. Do you want to believe fully? But your wounds are still fresh. You're afraid to get your hopes up again. But I tell you, God is not here to tease you. He is not a God of tricks. He is the God of divine appointments. And this is your appointment. It's been circled in the spirit calendar for a long, long time. Every delay, every denial, every detour was because of this. This one holy moment, this 3 5-minute gate, this 2-minute miracle release. My child, my beloved, I see you asking quietly in your heart, is this really for me? Yes, 1. 0, 0, 0 times yes. You are not disqualified by your pain. You are not disqualified by your past. You are not disqualified by your doubts. You are qualified by your endurance. You are qualified by your tears. You are qualified because God said so. That's why I'm here. That's why this message wouldn't stop chasing you until it found your eyes, your ears, your spirit. Because you are the intended recipient. My child, my beloved. Do not worry if others think this is too much. This was never sent for them. Many were invited, but only a few were chosen to see it, to feel it, to know this level of divine intimacy. You are among the few. You are among the trusted. You are among those who will be able to say, God visited me in a message, and I didn't ignore him. And when you say yes to this, heaven will not just applaud it, will move quickly, mightily, in ways that leave even your enemies speechless. My child, my beloved, I still see your name burning in light. I still see your miracle moving. But the time is getting thin. I must ask you now, with all the fire of heaven, will you respond? Will you receive what's being poured out? Will you take your place and what has already been prepared? If your answer is yes, then nothing can stop what's next. But if your answer is silence, even heaven will honor it and step back. My child, my beloved, pause right now and make a decision in your soul. Save this softly to yourself. With power, I will not walk away from what God has for me. I receive this message fully. I choose to respond before the miracle passes me by. This is your agreement. Speak it and let heaven record it. Because with those words the angels assigned to your name are activated, the miracle that was paused begins to move again. But it must find your heart open, your soul willing, and your faith awake. My child, my beloved, I saw something written in gold, light beside your name, a time-sensitive release, a financial restoration, a relational healing. But what caught my eye was the divine urgency next to it. This miracle is not casual. It is not delayed. It is already moving, and if you're not positioned to receive it, it will move right past your house, your hands, your name. This is why I was sent to you. Because there are only 35 minutes left before this sacred moment expires. You have 2 minutes until it begins. But if you miss this open gate, you may not get another like it for years. My child, my beloved, there are forces trying to make you believe that maybe later is safe, that delay doesn't matter, that what's yours will always come. But I tell you now that is not true. What's yours must be claimed. It must be responded to. It must be opened, and heaven will not wait forever. It honors trust. It honors action. That's why I'm speaking to you with such seriousness. Because you are on the edge of a turning point, if you open this now, everything changes. If you hesitate, the blessing passes by and lands in the hands of another. My child, my beloved, your name is not only known in heaven, it is whispered. Angels speak it when they pray. Jesus spoke it before the Father, saying it is time. And yet, even with divine approval, the final decision rests in you. Do you open now? Do you lean in? Or do you let this moment disappear into the noise of the world? I urge you. Don't let fear or habit or delay steal from you what was created for you. This is not a normal hour. This is not just another message. This is the one heaven fought to deliver to your soul. My child, my beloved, right now the spiritual world is not still. It is active. The light is moving fast. Angels have been released to deliver scrolls of wealth, healing, answers and instructions. But they move only where they are welcomed. This message is your signal. If you receive it fully, you will be aligned with what is being delivered. But if you ignore it, heaven does not argue. It redirects, not out of punishment, but because divine things obey spiritual law. You must open your soul to receive. Say yes. Say now. My child, my beloved, if you knew how close your name is to a divine bank of breakthrough, if you could hear the quiet thunder of angels approaching your household, if you could see what was waiting behind the veil, you would not hesitate even for a second. I don't want you to miss this because you thought it was just a video, just a message, just another moment. It is not. It is your proof that you've been seen, chosen, and timed perfectly. But if you don't act, the timing will pass. And what was meant to break your delay will be given elsewhere. My child, my beloved, I know it feels like you've waited long enough. You've cried and trusted even when answers felt delayed. But I promise you this delay was never rejection. It was protection. God has been preparing this moment, not just to bless you, but to shield you from the wrong timing. And now the timing is right. The question is, will you move with heaven? Because heaven is moving in 2 minutes, but you have only 35 minutes left to prove you're ready. My child, my beloved, There is something sacred about how God designed this moment for you. It's not about chance. It's not about randomness. It's divine orchestration. The number 35 was whispered in heaven, not as a warning to fear, but as a boundary for your miracle. When the clock strikes past it, the door closes, and when the 2-minute mark arrives, the miracle will begin to move. It's already traveling through the spirit realm, guided by the breath of God and protected by my sword, but it's only coming if your heart is ready. That's why you're reading this now. My child, my beloved, what's on the other side of this moment isn't just a blessing, it's a correction of everything that's been out of alignment. Every delay, every loss, every unanswered prayer. The miracle that's coming is designed to reverse the effect of everything that went wrong, the tears, the injustice, and the betrayal were never ignored by God. He saw every hidden wound, but He was waiting for the exact moment when your spirit would be strong enough to carry what He was preparing to place in your hands. And now heaven has judged you ready. My child, my beloved, you may think your mistakes disqualified you, but I tell you this clearly. Your name was never removed from heaven's list, and your calling was never erased. You are still called, still chosen, and still worthy, even with battle scars. Even after the silence you endured, your spiritual file was not buried. It was sealed for this appointed moment, waiting for the right hour to open. Now the seal has been broken. The scroll has been opened, and angels are reading your name aloud in the courts of heaven. But if you do not respond, the decree cannot be delivered into your life as it was intended. The miracle could return unopened, not because God changed His mind, but because you were not present to receive what He released. My child, my beloved, there are people who have begged for this kind of opportunity. Many have cried out for answers and never recognized them when they came. But you have been handed this message, and that alone is proof that heaven has been watching every quiet act of faith you thought no one saw. Your prayers were not ignored, and even the moments when you almost gave up were seen with mercy. That is why this is happening now. The reward was delayed, not denied, so it could arrive in the fullness of divine timing. My child, my beloved, the window is narrow, and the enemy knows it. That is why distractions are rising around you now, tempting you to click away, doubt the message, or dismiss the very thing heaven sent to awaken you. If you walk away from this moment, distraction wins. The enemy does not always need to destroy. Sometimes he only needs to interrupt. But God is silencing every noise now and saying, look, listen, and respond, not tomorrow, not later, but now. This is the 3-5-minute miracle margin, and it will not wait forever. My child, my beloved, heaven has opened the door, but your response is what allows the blessing to enter